There's reports that the rapper Drake's home was shot up, and one man was hit and is in serious condition. The only reason I'm delving into this is not to do investigative work. That's for the Takashis and the Rick Rosses and what I mean, the people, 1090 Jake, people who get down like that. The word is, well, they're trying to link Kendrick as a possibility, which I think is asinine. Potentially other rappers who was at odds with Drake. Personally, I feel this was an isolated incident. Somebody could have pulled up, a security guard could have just been like, yo, la la la, flying off with the handle maybe. And somebody decided to react. So about to get it started.
Welcome back to Live Now from Fox. And we do have some breaking news that we want to get to. This is some aerial footage of the house from Drake. This is the rapper Drake right there. This is his house in Toronto. There was a shooting that happened earlier outside Drake's Toronto home, and one person was injured in this. According to TMZ, sources confirm the injured person is a member of Drake's security team. Now, police have yet to say if they believe the shooting is related to the Kendrick Lamar feud. Drake and Kendrick Lamar have been feuding for quite some time, releasing diss tracks against one another.
See, this I feel that needs to stop because every time a rapper diss another rapper and something happens, it's linked back to the music. Between the lines, I mean, when you look at it, it's an attack on rap. That's all it is at the end of the day. So they're going to maneuver however they have to, I mean, to creep through that door, even if it's to seep through a crevice. And then once they end, they're going to be like, yeah, it was rap. It was that beef. It was that feud. It was Kendrick. It was the good kid in a bad city. Come on, man.
But again, police have revealed the victim suffered a gunshot wound to the upper chest, and it does appear to have been a drive-by attack. Also, there has been impact across the Atlantic. In London, someone reportedly vandalizing Drake's store, spray painting, quote, "they not like us" on the store's front window.
It could just be crazy fans. Drake dissed a few people, and a crazed fan was like, I'm not having it. I'm going to retaliate. It could be completely isolated from the rappers and whatnot that have been feuding with the man. I even heard the weekend. Man,
That graffiti inspired by Kendrick Lamar's latest diss track drop, quote, "not like us." And just a short time ago, we were hearing from Canadian authorities as they shared the very latest in this shooting. And I do want to play that for you right now.
hold up. Before we play that, I'd like to say there's people speculating that Drake spun the block on his own home for for an agenda, ulterior motive, and to save face. Like I said before, I'm not here to do investigative work. Nah, man, this ain't for me. I'm only chiming in, adding my own commentary to the situation at hand. Expect it to move on. Simple.
Most people have no clue that in 2023, the best way to make money on Amazon
Is
is
to
not
skip
with
your ad. Nah,
And I'm one of the media relations officers for
best
the
way to
Toronto
make
Police
money.
Service. Speaking today is Inspector Paul Kravchuk of our Integrated Gun and Gang Task Force, which investigates all shootings and firearm discharges within the city of Toronto.
Ain't that officer the lady from the Drake video? What am I doing? What am I saying? I'm being for real. The thing that I'm playing. Ow.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Inspector Paul Kravchuk of the Integrated Gun and Gang Task Force.
Hi. No, I am. Doesn't matter.
And I'm pleased to be here today. I know there's a lot of interest in this incident, and I hope you can also appreciate that information is very limited at this time, so I only have so much. What I do know, I will advise you of, and I will take a few questions at the end. This morning at about 2 a.m., police were called to a shooting at the residence behind me here. When officers arrived, they located a male who was suffering from an apparent gunshot wound. That male was taken to hospital in serious condition.
I wish him the best.
That person was working, apparently, as a security guard at the residence. He was standing outside of the gates in front of the residence when the shooting occurred.
That sucks.
We have individuals who obviously performed the shooting who were seen in a vehicle. I do not have a description of the vehicle or the suspects at this time.
I'm not going to speculate. I was going to be a clown, but I'm not going to do that.
Again, it's very early on in the investigation. I cannot speak to a motive at this time because it's so early, but as we get information, we will share it with you. Anyone with information is asked to call 416-808-2510 or Crime Stoppers. You can expect to see an increased presence.
Yo, why the hell Drake house so big, yo? You ever seen Drake house? It's massive.
In this neighborhood for the next little while, but it's no different than any other shooting or firearm discharge. We'll have officers here looking for witnesses to come forward, as well as we canvassing for video.
House take up like a block.
I'll now take a few questions.
Was Drake home and is he cooperating with this investigation?
I cannot confirm if Drake was home at the time the incident occurred, but I can tell you that we are in contact with his team and they are cooperating.
To what extent is the rat beef between Drake and Kendrick Lamar part of the investigation focus?
So,
Oh, there go
I am
Kendrick
aware of
name.
what you're talking about, but it is so early in the investigation that we don't have a motive at this time, and so I cannot comment further on that.
See? So eager
Investigation
to
that
throw
we don't
rapper's
have a
name in the
motive of.
mix.
But it
Hold
is
up.
so early in the investigation that we don't have a motive at this time, and so as we canvassing for video. I'll now take a few questions.
Was Drake home and is he cooperating with this investigation?
I cannot confirm if Drake was home at the time the incident occurred, but I can tell you that we are in contact with his team and they are cooperating.
To what extent is the rat beef between Drake and Kendrick Lamar part of the investigation focus?
To what
So,
extent is
I
the
am aware
beef
of what you're
between
talking
Drake
about,
and Kendrick
but
Lamar
it is so early in the investigation that we don't have a
related
motive at
to the
this time,
situation
and
at
so
hand?
I cannot comment further on that.
While the motive may not be confirmed, if that is something that you're looking at, knowing that this beef crosses borders.
Just stop, yo. This is why I can't deal with the mother freaking. I know he's doing his job, but you reporters need to lean back. Y'all need to chill. I mean, you're trying to link somebody over a few diss records. In my personal opinion, it wasn't even, them diss records wasn't even all that serious. You ever heard Hit 'Em Up? You heard of Chris Brown and Quavo? Man, I still feel Chris Brown had the most severe scathing diss record of 2024. Not to just throw their names in the mix, just to throw their names in the mix, but my reporters, yo, relax with that.
being done in the investigation to maybe prevent a potential suspect from
They be like, oh, is Tupac still around? Yeah, there's rumors that he's in Cuba. You think he had something to do with it?
So this is no different than any other investigation. Okay, like it's maybe more high profile because there's more people here, but we treat it like any other incident. So we'll be using all our resources. Our teams will be doing as much as they can to investigate this, but it'll be no different than any other investigation at this time.
The man who was shot still in serious condition. Have you been able to talk to him? Has he not been able to give you a suspect description? And how is there no video yet of the car that fled?
So I can tell you that all I'm going to say about the victim is that he's still in the hospital in serious condition. And I'm not going to just. No, I'm not going to at this time.
This is obviously a very well-to-do neighborhood. There's likely a lot of video around. Have you guys begun your canvassing? Do you expect to get a good amount of video involved with this?
I would be surprised if we didn't.
Yo,
I can say that
TMZ
we've already collected
reporters
some
eager for video.
video evidence, which captures the incident.
Tabloid
suspects
news.
plural. Can you say, are we talking 2, 3, or more?
No idea at this time.
And would you characterize this as a drive-by shooting, or more specifically, did they stop and open fire?
I'm not going to get into specifics about the investigation at this time, just that a vehicle was involved and then fled the scene. That will be part of our investigation, but again, we're very early on.
How did the 911 call come in? Who made it?
I don't have that information.
Was this security guard alone? Were there other security guards here too?
I don't have that information.
In the incident, did it look like the security guard was the target? Were they trying to get past him?
I ain't no cop, man. That man from the block. He pleading in the fifth on most state questions.
Don't know at this time.
Do you have video capture
Another one.
Yes.
the actual shooting?
Yes.
And you can't give us a description of the vehicle?
Nope. Not at this time.
Because you don't want to release it?
No, because
He ain't got nothing for him.
We're dealing with video quality issues, correct? So we, as we have information and we're able to analyze video better, then we'll be able to provide more information.
Black Shaw, I know it's early in the case.
Inside the gates, but there are markers inside near a garage, and there's an area cordoned off there. Would shell casings have gone that far? Why would that be?
I haven't even walked up to the scene, so I can't comment. Oh, thank you.
Do we know how many shots were fired?
Yo, cut them off.
No, that's going to be part of the investigation. Can't comment at this time. Thank you very much.
Gang related?
Is it gang
This is
related?
why I stopped shopping on Amazon, and you
Gang related.
should too.
Done what you
Don't
had. Is
spend
that
another
the end of
dime
the
on
video?
Amazon.
All right, so we were just
No, it's not.
listening as authorities provided the
Is it
very
gang
latest
related?
information after a security guard was shot outside the rapper Drake's
What
house
gang
right there.
Drake
This is
in? Let me
aerial
know.
footage of his home in Toronto. You can see it is a very large residence that is being described as an upscale neighborhood. So this is what we know from authorities. The security guard was outside Drake's home, which you see right there in this aerial footage. When that shooting occurred, the shooter was inside a vehicle. That vehicle drove by this house and shot the security guard. The security guard right now is in the hospital in serious condition. We were hearing reporters asking whether this shooting had anything to do with Drake's feud with rapper Kendrick Lamar. And we heard authorities saying this is very early on in the investigation. And at this point in time, they do not have a motive. But you heard from the authority right there that there will be an increased police presence in this neighborhood. He did stress that there is no difference from other shootings. He also said he cannot confirm if Drake was actually home at this time. Again, this is Drake's home.
They saying that's
in
Drake right there with the
Toronto.
white
He
hoodie
did
on.
say, though, that there is video evidence that captured the shooting. He did not elaborate as to exactly what that video showed. And he also said that they don't have any information about who called 911. So again, we are following some breaking news after a security guard outside Drake's Toronto house was shot now in
Illuminati
the
sending a
hospital in
message.
critical condition. It is unclear whether this shooting had anything to do with Drake's ongoing feud with fellow singer and rapper Kendrick Lamar.
Nah,
And
all right,
again,
I'm
these are
cutting it. I'm
aerial
cutting it,
shots
yo.
of
I'm
Drake.
cutting it out. I'm done. Done.